Yo, what's up? Good morning, everyone, all the way live. It is 5:51 a.m. here on the East Coast. I am Marcus Ferrell. You are watching Marcus Ferrell live on the mighty clickbaity political thirst trap channel and also on Marcus Ferrell Live. Please hit that subscribe button. Like us. Follow us. We're going in. We go in a lot. We go in a lot. Shout out to all the veterans. Shout out to all the active duty members, the people who put their lives on the line on a daily basis. They get paid for it, but they are true American heroes, unlike the current administration. Now, today, I'm going to keep it fun. And today, I'm going to call this, These Hoes Stole My Vote. Yep, today I'm going to talk about these hoes in the current administration and how they attempted to steal my personal vote. Now, y'all know that's a problem. Y'all know that's a problem. The Trump administration has done a lot of corrupt, messy things. Preddy and Renee Good up in Minnesota. Egg prices out the roof. Black Americans, Latinx Americans having to run around with proof on them that they are American citizens, which, by the way, is not qualified to be something that you have to do in America. That is literally what happened in Nazi Germany. But then I found out something this week. I found out the Trump administration is trying to take my vote. This hoe tried to take my vote. And I call him a hoe because he is bought and paid for by very big businesses. So let's get it. Let's keep it a buck. I live in Fulton County. So when I tell you that the Trump administration actively schemed to jack our votes here, I'm not speaking hypothetically. I'm speaking personally. Brand new documents from the past week, including court filings and internal memos, reveal that the Trump's people weren't just whining about voter fraud. They were out here trying to access our election systems. They pushed for unauthorized access to voting machines and coffee in Fulton County. They pressured local election officials. They tried to physically breach the system. You know who else breaches systems to rig outcomes? Hackers, cyber criminals, criminals. This wasn't a glitch. It was an attempted heist. And the targets were black voters in Atlanta, the very people who saved democracy from that man in 2020. These hoes tried to steal our vote. And if we don't raise hell about it now, they'll do it again. Look, say what you want about me. Say what you want about society. You can think, breathe, eat, whatever the hell you want. When it comes down to it, though, these people are unhinged. We need leadership on the left. I don't care if it's a Democrat or independent or progressive. We need leadership on the left, but we also need these people punished. They have done criminal activity. If my black ass did anything close to what the Trump administration has done, I would have been locked up for years. You would have been too. The Trump administration has gone out of their way to commit so many crimes. I'm talking about real crimes. The crimes against the Constitution. I'm a veteran, folks, so I take the Constitution seriously. Yeah, I joke, I laugh, I have fun. Y'all watch clickbaity political thirst trap. Y'all watch some of my videos. Y'all know that I like to have fun in my videos. But one thing I don't mess around with is the Constitution that this man is wiping his butt with. Cheetos and his and his minions have done such an amazing job at skirting the system consistently and then acting as if everyone else is to blame. I don't know if you folks know about narcissism, but you need to go look up narcissism, because this, my friends, is the most narcissistic administration we have ever seen. And for them to come down here to Atlanta, Georgia, to Fulton County, the county that I currently am in right now, and try to rig the election and then have evidence of it and then are able to literally stay in power is problematic. And we got to raise our voices and say something about it. Told y'all today, these hoes tried to take my election, to steal my vote. I am dead serious. These hoes tried to steal my vote. We're going to have some fun today. I'm going to move into the next segment. I need you to clip that. I'm moving to the next segment. And I want to say, Charlie Kirk, his wife, Erica Kirk, is a bigger grifter than Charlie was when he was alive. She's the founder of Turning Point USA's Faith, a far-right church and state hybrid that feels like a laundering operation more than a movement. Turning Point USA is under scrutiny for funneling dark money into campaigns and influencer pipelines. Guess who's calling it out? Candace Owens. Candace Owens has had a foot on Erica Kirk's neck for the past month. And I cannot believe that I'm going to say this. But when it comes down to this situation, I like what Candace Owens is doing. She's called out how bubbly and giggly Erica Kirk has been when her husband passed away. Recently, she released audio evidence showing Erica Kirk laughing and giggling on the day of her husband's funeral. I mean, on the day of her husband passing away. About what she was laughing about, this is sickening, is how much money was coming in from merch that they were selling. What kind of evil person are you? So good on Candace Owens, man. Good on Candace Owens. Hello, Franco. Welcome to the party, man. All right, so I'm gonna move on from that. I'm gonna get into that a little later in the day. I'm going live again. I want to go ahead and get some baseline stuff and warm y'all folks up for the day. You know what I mean? I'm trying to wake y'all up. I'm trying to be that coffee. I'm trying to be your morning snow cane without sniffing anything. EarGate. Listen, folks, y'all remember President Cheeto, when he was running for re-election? President Cheeto had a quote-unquote assassination attempt. We're told that Donald Trump was grazed by a bullet during an assassination attempt. They rolled out a Hollywood storyline complete with dramatic Secret Service dives, blood on the cheek, and then MAGA merch went up with that bloody ear pinned on it just hours later. But something's not adding up. Let's start with the basics. I was a Navy corpsman. I've treated real wounds. Ear cartilage does not heal like that. It doesn't lightly graze and then bounce back with no swelling, bruising, and tearing. Cartilage injuries are slow to heal and often require reconstruction. So unless Trump has Wolverine powers, their ear wound feels staged, a distraction that conveniently shifted headlines away from his court cases, his incompetence, and his unfitness. Now look at his speeches, his slurred words, his forgotten names, the incoherent rants about sharks and electric boats. None of this is new, but it's getting worse. And I'm not being an ageist here. I'm being real. If any other world leader showed this much cognitive decline on a live mic, we'd be questioning their stability. And now they want to hand this man back the nuclear codes. Now he has the nuclear codes. We are good on that. So understand something. Trump is a master manipulator, man. I used to deal with a narcissist. I was dating a narcissist at one point. It really messed me up. And there's so much in common with the manipulation of the Trump administration and how they rock and roll on a daily basis. It's not real. America, do you feel like you are living in a damn movie when it comes down to dealing with this administration? Like everything that possibly can happen has happened. We didn't have fascism on our bingo cards when Trump came down that escalator. But we're there now. That's where we are. We're here. We're in full fascist mode. And it's the unfortunate truth about it is that Black people told you. I'm going to say that every single show. Black people told y'all about Trump. We did. And don't bring up his Black supporters. They ain't real. We don't like them. They ain't in the hood. They'll probably get beat down in the hood. But full fascism, full authoritative, and he doesn't have access to his own weaponry, right? He doesn't have access to his own army. So he created one through HHS, Homeland Security. He created his own, and he calls it ICE. ICE is Gestapo. When this show is over, or maybe if you're watching this on the computer, you can open up a new tab. Open up a new tab. And then go and look at, and go to ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever, right? And just type this prompt in. What are the similarities between the Gestapo of Nazi Germany and Homeland Security's ICE? You'd be amazed at what's going to pop up. You'd be amazed. So we live in the fascist America. We live in a fascist world. It is what it is. We can do better, right? My only concern, and this is my only concern, because here's the thing. The Trump administration, the Republicans in November, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose bad. It's going to be the biggest Democratic lead in the House and Senate that we've ever seen. But my problem is, are we going to vote people in that are going to hold these fools accountable the way that they would do us? Are we going to put these people in jail? And are we going to actually fight for American citizens when Democrats get power versus corporations? When these folks get elected, they run directly. Every single time they run directly to Wall Street. That's what got us into this mess. Trump won because he said he was going to drain the swamp. He only made that thing dirtier, right? But he won because he said he was going to drain the swamp. Too many American citizens are failing right now. We have one of the highest unemployment rates right now in American history. Y'all don't get it. We're already living in times where if the egg prices are $7, they have automation right now. AI is taking over, taking your job. They want you poor. They want you poor. They want you suffering. And they want billionaires to be trillionaires and you to pay for it. They want a private company to own your house. They want, Trump said this recently. He said, I am trying to increase housing prices. On a leaked microphone. No, he said that yesterday. Yesterday, Trump literally said out of his Cheeto orange-haired mouth that he wants to raise prices to live. Raise them. DC has become the hub for rich people to get off their rocks on our backs. So I'm gonna say this to you. When they come asking for your vote, because they will, ask them if they're going to support Americans first or corporations. Give them one chance and then don't vote their ass back in again. It's that simple. Top 5 political headlines. We're going to go ahead and get into it real quick. Trump allies push National Guard for border deployment. MAGA governors like Greg Abbott and Kristi Noem want to deploy National Guards to the southern border. Kristi Noem is not a governor. Not because of legal emergency, because they want to build their tough on crime brands. Project 2025 training events go public. Conservatives are now openly hosting training events for 2025 and 2026 to overhaul the federal government. And it's obviously working. Think of it like MAGA University. Mike Johnson, that guy. Like, have you ever not liked somebody so much but feel bad for him? That's exactly where I'm at with Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House. Trump has put him in between a rock and a hard place and another hard place. The American citizens right now, Americans across the board, they're not feeling the Republican Party. Don't let nobody gaslight you. Don't let nobody make you feel like, oh, yeah, the Republicans, they're just having a downtime. No, they are crap right now. The lowest polling numbers in recent history. All of them. You have some cities that had Republican control of county government now and city government now are democratically won. Every election, it's not just a couple of Democrats winning. It's Democratic sweeps. These people are flipping R plus 25 districts. If you don't know what that means, that's R plus 25. Like, Republicans have a 25-point advantage in these districts, and they've lost these races. You got one person to blame. We have two people to blame, actually, Republicans. You got yourself, and you got Donald Trump. Let's get into it real quick, because I wanted to say this. This has been crossing my mind. If you still support Donald Trump at this point, you're a racist. That's it. You are a racist. Right now, January 30th, 2026, if you are still a Trump supporter, the only reason you support him is because you are a racist. Nothing magical to it. There is nothing going on out of that administration but racism. It trips me out because now white people lives are ending because we have a racist for president. White people are dying because of a racist. ICE is a racist organization. ICE is trained to look at people with brown, black skin that don't look white, and they are trained to pull these people over and say, let me see your papers. That is not American. I'm black. Did you know that there's black people in Latinx areas? There's somebody who probably looks just like me in Puerto Rico, in Colombia, in Brazil. Hell, if you don't know it, Mexico had a black president a long time ago. And the main reason that Texas left Mexico is because that black president banned slavery. Didn't want to tell you that part, though. That's right. When they banned slavery, Texas was like, whoa, wait. This is 30 years before emancipation in America. 30 years. Interesting tidbits of facts that I'm just dropping on you this morning. If you still support the Trump administration, you're racist. That's the only reason. It's not like they are doing anything for the American people. They're not lowering your costs for groceries. They're not lowering your costs for rent. They're not lowering your costs for mortgage. They're not lowering your costs for insurance. They're not giving you a job. They're not helping you get a job. They are automating everything. They're building data centers all over America right now so that rich people can get richer, and they're not helping your ass out, but you still support them. That's racism. Nothing more, nothing less. Argue with your mama. The only thing that they're good at, literally, the only thing the Trump administration is good at is being racist, being sexist, being homophobic. That's their skill set. When they said make America great again, they meant make America white again. America's never been white. Talk to those brothers in Arizona who are getting pulled over by ICE, who literally was their families. They could trace their families back to before America was even founded. These indigenous folks over there in Arizona, in New Mexico, in Texas, in California, there's indigenous people who've never left. But guess what? They look Mexican. How dare you ask a person who was here before the country was even created? How dare you ask these people if they're an American citizen or not? You know, Trump likes to say, we want to push the best of the best. We want the best of the best. We want the best immigrants to come to our country. And I'm not a racist. I don't even want to have to justify it, but I'm just going to say that once and just let it sit there. But let's talk about white Americans. White America. When they came over here from Europe, do you think that they were the best of the best? No. Georgia was established to be a white colony of prisoners for the bad guys in Europe. The poor people in Europe came over to America. That wasn't the best of the best. The downtrodden, the criminals, they had to escape Europe to come over here to America to be that best of the best person. So history even shows us that no group that came over, oh, and by the way, black folks, we know where we're coming from. We know exactly where we came from. We know why we're here. Indigenous folks know exactly where they came from. They know why they're here. But it seems to me that there's a certain segment of conservative white people that seem to think that they are all descendants of kings and queens in Europe. And that, my friends, is bad branding. It's a false narrative. This is where Trump comes from. You know, I said this in a video I did. Trump probably scrolling the internet, not reading, scrolling. He's got his big Cheeto thumbs on his phone and is scrolling through the internet, finding things to look at. And then he runs across this guy with a little mustache. Little mustache. Hey, Justice. Tiny mustache, black and white picture, crazy little hair, mustache right there. And he says to himself, man, I kind of like this guy. Look at it. Look at his big crowds. They're all screaming his name. This is the guy I want to be like. See, America, we're supposed to call this shit out. Sorry, excuse my language. We're supposed to call this out, family. We are supposed to call out fascism. They said anybody who's anti-Antifa is a terrorist. Think about that in itself. The word fascism. Antifa means anti-fascist. This government literally has put out a decree saying that anybody who identifies as anti-fascist is a terrorist. Let that sink in, please. Let that sink in. We got some work to do, folks. We got some work to do. Black History Top 5. Radical Black freedom fighters you might not know. We're going to go through this, and then I'm going to call it a day. I'll be back later on today. Claudia Jones, Trinidad-born journalist and activist who founded the first major Black newspaper in the UK and was deported from the US for her communist politics. Robert F. Williams, armed self-defense advocate in the civil rights movement who trained Black communities to defend themselves against the Klan. Assata Shakur, former Black Panther and revolutionary, still exiled in Cuba. Her FBI most wanted status says more about America than it does about her. Ida B. Wells. Ida B. looks like my mom. Not just a journalist, a strategist, an abolitionist, and an anti-lynching crusader who documented America's first terrorism before anyone else. And James Foreman, SNCC organizer, who demanded reparations from white churches in 1969. He saw the future. They called him crazy. Now everybody is quoting him. Thank you for watching Marcus Ferrell Live. These hoes tried to steal my vote. That's right. These 304s in the White House tried to steal my vote here in Fulton County. And I'm going to say something about it. I want y'all to have a great day. Drink some coffee. Go do a workout. Avoid narcissists at all costs. Follow, like, share. It's been real, y'all. Peace.